So good morning students. So in this video lecture we will solve some problem related to this gate cathode this gate characteristics of the SCR. So as in previous lecture we have covered this whole theory part as well as the some of the points regarding to this continuous gate triggering as well as pulse gate triggering method. So now we'll solve the numerical problem and we will see these points. So first one is the for an SCR, the gate cathode characteristics has a straight line slope of 130 for triggered source voltage of 15 volt and allowable gate power dissipation of 0.5 watt. Compute the gate source resistance. So as this numerical problem related to this gate cathode characteristics having a straight line slope of 130 volts. So this Vg is on the y-axis and Ig on the x-axis. This is a gate cathode characteristics having slope of 130, but the characteristic is given as a straight line as in the problem statement. So this is the 130 volt Vg upon Ig should be 130 volt, which is the slope of this characteristics straight line. This is a general circuit diagram of the trigger circuit in which the gate trigger source voltage given 15 volt, which is 15 volt ES, and RS we have to find there, and this is the Ig current, and Vg is the voltage across the gate cathode junction. So in this problem it is a case of continuous gate triggering because there is no discussion about the pulse to be applied for the duration of amount of time. So this is a continuous gate triggering method. So this Pg average can be calculated as Vg into Ig, which is also a P equal to Pg maximum. So it is given in the problem 0.5 volt. This is allowable gate power dissipation of 0.5 volt. So this Pg average will be given in the problem 0.5 volt, and also this slope is given Vg upon Ig equals to 130 volt. By using these two expression, we can calculate Vg and Ig values. So if we put Vg to be 130 Ig in the above expression and made equals to 1.5 just 0.5 watt, then Ig can be calculated, which is obtained to be 62 milliampere. And if now we will calculate the this gate voltage Vg. So Vg to be put this Ig in the expression number 2. So this Vg this is a gate voltage which is 130 into 62 milliampere, then it will obtain to be 8.06 volt. So basically this similar problem is in the engineering service exam 2019 they will provide. So this is the we can find the Vg and Ig now, but in this problem we have to find this gate source resistance which to be connected in the this series with the gate cathode terminal. So now we find the gate source resistance. So in the circuit shown in the diagram, if you apply KVL here, then ES to be IGRS plus VG. So write this expression ES to be IGRS plus VG. So we have to find the RS. So take this term on the left hand side, ES minus VG divided by IG. Now we have the values of ES 15 volt gate source voltage given in the problem, and VG we have calculated 8.06 volt, and Ig also 62 milliampere. So by this we can calculate the RS 111.94 ohm. So it's a simple problem. So by this doing this we can calculate the RS to be 111.94 ohm. This is the first problem. Now we'll see the second problem. The trigger circuit of a thyristor has a source voltage of 15 volt and the load line has a slope of 120 volt per ampere. So slope is negative and this is a slope of load line, and gate source this is source voltage, that is ES is given 15 volt. The minimum gate current to turn on the SCR is 25 milliampere. This is a latching current is given in the problem. We have to find the source resistance required in the gate circuit. Second one is the trigger voltage and the trigger current for an average gate power dissipation of 0.4 volt. So this is also a continuous gate triggering problem. So in this given the slope of this load line is given as that is 120 volt per ampere, which is negative. So as we know that slope of the load line give the source resistance. So slope of the load line gives the source resistance. So RS to be 120 ohm. In this way this A part will be solved. Now we will see the second part of the problem. Gate trigger this trigger voltage and the trigger current, that is VG and IG. IG is the trigger current, that is a gate current, and trigger voltage, that is a VG. We have to find for an average gate power dissipation of 0.4 volt. So average gate power dissipation is given 0.4 volt. So this is a characteristic as for higher doping concentration and lower doping concentration, and this is the operating points. This is the intersection of this main characteristics by the load line characteristics. So VGIG given the problem 0.4 4 volt, which is PG average equals to PG average. So for gate circuit we can write ES equals to IGRS plus VG. So now we put ES to be 15 volt given in the problem, and RS is also calculated in the part A, and IG is there, and by this expression VG IG equals to 0.4 watt, we have calculated the VG here and put VG to be in the expression, the whole expression in the terms of Ig. Now we calculate the Ig by this second order quadratic equation. So if we calculate this, two Ig values are calculated. There is 38.56 milliampere and 86.44 milliampere. So it's the Ig minimum value and it's the Ig maximum value. So by these two values, now we calculate the Vg. So put this Ig values in the expression. So we can calculate Vg equals to 0.4 divided by first time we put this first value of Ig. So this Ig is minimum, so that Vg should be maximum, because, and this is the obtained to be 10.37 volt, and this second Vg, 0.4 divided by 86.44 milliampere. So this is the, if you get current to be on higher side, then Vg should be minimum. So two values of trigger voltage are there and two values of trigger current are there. Now we have to choose which value is suitable for the turning on of the SCR. So Ig minimum, Vg maximum. So Ig should be minimum and Vg should be maximum. This is a condition of lightly doped case. So in lightly doping condition, this is a condition, and it's Ig maximum and Vg minimum. This is a condition of heavily doped case. So these points we have already discussed in the our previous lecture. So Ig maximum and Vg minimum are a highly doped case. So as we know that to minimize the turn on time as well as to make the operating point nearest to this PG average curve. So PG average curve is there. This is a rectangular hyperbola curve. So we always make this operating point nearest to this load line curve. So if we calculate this load line operating point on the x-axis, ES by RS. So ES is given 15 and RS 120. So it is a 125 milliampere. And this ES is the operating point. This operating point can be calculated by putting this x on the y-axis and x equals to 0 on the y-axis and y is equals to 0 on the x-axis. By this expression, you can easily obtain these operating points or intersection points. So ES is given 15 volt. So these are the operating points. Now our Ig obtained to be 38.56, which is the minimum value of gate current, and which is higher than this latching current. And this is the, so according to this point, we can calculate that this is the minimum Vg minimum and Ig minimum points on the characteristics. And according to this Ig minimum, if we draw perpendicular line, then we can obtain the this Vg maximum to be 10.37 volt. And if Vg should be minimum, then according to this Vg minimum point, we can calculate this Ig maximum, which is 86.44 milliampere. So this Ig maximum is closer to this load line characteristics. So this is the condition for Ig maximum, highly doped condition, and this is the voltage 4.627. So this is the closer to this our load line, our PG average curve. So now, so operating point close to PG average curve is always chosen, and to minimize the turn on time, we have always preferred higher amount of gate current. So Ig maximum 86.44 milliampere and Vg to be 4.627 volts. So we choose these two values for as a trigger current as well as trigger voltage. So in this way we have solved two numerical problem regarding to gate characteristics. So in the my upcoming lecture we will further solve some numerical problem regarding to this gate cathode characteristics. Thank you.